Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. As promised, this is the conclusion of me baking my cake. On screen you can see all the lovely ingredients that you are going to need. So follow me for the step-by-step tutorial of how to bake your rum cake, fruit cake, wine cake, Christmas cake. So first you want to start off mixing or creaming your sugar and your butter. In this instant, I am using dark, soft brown sugar because for the Christmas cake, it will be brown as I'll be using browning. So you can use the normal sugar if you choose to, but I find that it's better to use the dark brown sugar. So that's what I am doing. So there you can see my cake, my butter and my sugar, pardon me, is creaming away. So you're going to cream that away until it's light and fluffy. Cream, whisk, mix, however you want to say it. You're going to do that until it's light and fluffy. Stay tuned. Okay, I think my butter and sugar is ready. I am going to test it with my spatula. There I am testing it with my spatula. It looks good and ready. So that's it for that bit of it. While that is going on, I'm gonna get my dry ingredients ready in a bowl. So that is me pouring my flour into my strainer. You strain the flour or sieve the flour in order to make it more light and fluffy in case there is any lumps. That is why you use it in a strainer. Some people say sieve, but that's what I'm doing there. I'm straining out my flour into the bowl. Yes, so because you need to have all your dry ingredients in one bowl, separate from your wet ingredients. So if you keep watching the video closely, you will see me pouring in all my dry ingredients into this bowl and mixing it. I have put at the beginning of my video a template showing you all the ingredients. Now that's just a guide. For me, I didn't really measure anything. That's why you can see me pouring stuff in. And the reason for that is I've been baking cakes for a good few years. So I basically can judge the amount of ingredients that I need. So that's what I'm doing here. But you can follow, you can use the ingredients I've given you as a guide, depending on how much cake you're making as well. I myself personally was making about 5 to 6 cakes. So hence for that amount of ingredients. So if you're going to make just one cake, then you need to adjust your ingredients accordingly. Okay? So that's me stirring up the flour with all the spices and all the ingredients. And you want to give that a good stir. Just keep stirring it and just mix everything up. Mix, 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 stir, stir, stir. Right? So now I'm putting in the rest of my ingredients. Now, set that aside and you're going to crack your eggs. Crack your eggs, break your eggs in a bowl. So that's me putting my eggs. And also, as a Jamaican, I don't know if other people do this in their part of the world, but as a Jamaican, we normally take out the eyes of the eggs. We normally pick out the eyes and just take that out. The eyes is like the little white squiggly slimy bits that you can see in the egg. So we normally pick those out because I grew up hearing this, guys. I don't know if it's a myth or if it's true or if it's factual. And that's what I do. So apparently it makes the cake more raw. So that's me there poking it with a fork and picking it out. So I took all of those out, but you don't need to do that if you don't want to. That's optional. Okay. Okay, so now I have finished taking out my eyes. I've whisked my egg up slightly or beat. There I am. I'm pouring in the lime zest and the orange zest, and this helps to keep your cake from being raw, like raw to taste. I don't know, have you ever bought cake before and you're eating it and it's like somehow you can taste the eggs? So this is what you put in to stop your eggs from being raw. I am using that amount, like I said, because I'm making lots of cake. That's me pouring in my orange juice and my lime juice. I'm just using a strainer so that I can get rid of the bits. I don't want the bits to be inside of it. I just want the juice. So that's what I am doing right there. So you want to whisk that up a little bit, mix, beat, whisk it up a little bit, you know, not too much because you don't want a lot of air pockets to form. So you just beat that or whisk that up a little bit in your bowl. So that's me mixing up all of my wet ingredients. So back to my egg and sugar. I am going to be pouring in my egg slowly, my egg mixture slowly, a little at a time, and then mix it and put it in, fold it in until it's dissolved or mixed properly with the sugar and the butter, or combined properly with the butter and the sugar. So that's what I am doing right there. That's what you want to do. So you fold it in. Also guys, when you're baking your cakes, you want to fold your mixture in one direction. So if you're folding it to the right, every step, you need to fold it to the right. If you're doing it to the left, then that's what you need to do. So make sure when you're folding it in, you fold it in the one direction that you started. Don't ask me why. Stories are that works. I don't know. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've just been following family recipes and that's what they do. And also it's a tale or a saying that if you do that, it doesn't allow as much air pocket to go into your cake. You know, when you bake the cake and you see a lot of bubbles, that's what stops the bubbles. So anyway, moving on, right here you can see my fruits that I'm going to be using, and those are the fruits that I showed you in my last video. If you have not yet watched my last video, you can go back and check out my last video, grandmother's secret recipe, or grandmother's secret. So that's me adding in all my spices into the fruits. Some people don't do that. They add it into the batter, but I find that it's better to just add everything into the blender, including the browning. Yes, because that way when you're mixing the browning, you don't have to keep mixing until the browning disappears. So you can just pour everything into the blender along with your fruits, and you can just blend everything out. In this instance, I am using a jar of strawberry jam. Now that's optional. You don't have to use that if you don't want to, but I am using it for my cake. So that's what I am putting inside, and I'm gonna blend that up. Also, you can put a little bit of browning into your wet batter if you want to, but like I said, you can blend everything like I did there. It makes it easier to mix. It saves time. So you just pour everything in, and then you're going to give it a good mix. And you can see the color is changing. Hence why they've got the name Black Cake. Yeah, that's where the name came from. So you want to give it a good mix, a good stir, right? There it is. It's looking lovely already. Now you're going to be putting in your flour a little bit at a time. And remember the technique that I told you. You want to mix it and fold it in. So if you notice, my hand has been going in the right direction and it hasn't changed. So you want to keep doing that when you're mixing your cake. Stay tuned while I mix and fold that. Give the video a like, please. Thank you. Now that we've finished mixing our flour, all our ingredients, I am testing my batter to see how thick it is or how runny it is. Now mind you, if your batter is too runny, then all you can do is just get your flour, use your strainer and sieve some more flour in, and then combine it the same method, the same way you did. If it's too thick, then maybe you can pour in some of your red wine or white rum just to loosen it up a little bit. So here I am buttering my pans. I'm greasing my pans for the oven. So you can grease your pan with butter all around like you see me doing here with your brush, and then you're gonna dust it with flour to cover it. Also, you can put baking sheet at the bottom of the pan or even at the side, but that's optional. The sides are optional. You can just put it at the bottom. Now the baking paper allow easy access for the cake to come out when it's finished. In this instance, it doesn't really matter for me because I've got the pan that opens right around. You can see the bolt right there. If you open it, it comes off and only the bottom is left. But the paper make it easy. Normally, I would have already grease my pans and put them down waiting for me to finish. So right there, I'm pouring in my batter into my pans. Also guys, you need to preheat your oven at 350 degrees whilst you're doing your cake. Your oven can be preheated, and then you're going to bake your cakes at 180 degrees. You're gonna bake your cake, and you'll be baking your cakes for about 45 minutes or until you prick your cake and it comes out. The prick that you use, whether it's a toothpick, it comes out clean. So there's some of my cake that has been finished baking. Those are some of the finished product. So depending on your oven varies how your cake will come out, but those are a few of the cake. Guys, can I tell you, the cake was so nice, I could not wait for it to cool down to cut it. So I went ahead and cut it. Oh my god, it was so yummy. There it is. It's looking so lovely. So I am cutting a slice just for you guys to see, but me and my family couldn't wait and we helped ourselves to the warm cake. It was so nice with a cup of tea. So that's the cake. That's the finished product. It's yummy. If you follow my step by step, you won't go wrong with making your fruit cake. So this is how the customers wanted their cake to be. A more spongier texture, nice and cakey. But I also make it puddingy as well, depending on what the customer wants, depending on the specification of each customer. I can make the cake and tailor it to their need and their specification. So that's my finished product, guys. I hope you enjoy me doing this and showing you this tutorial. Please give the video a like And if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, why not subscribe? Share me out, tell a friend to tell a friend, hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. And to my old subscribers, I appreciate you all. Thank you all for sticking with me and being with me. I appreciate you all. Love, 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 and more love. This is your girl, Good Vibes K. Until next time, bye.